wanted to ask you a little bit too about some of the other expansion and diversification opportunities that we went through over the years. And one that came to mind was when we started dealing with Lindsay and Zimmatic Pivots. You tell me at all about how that diversification came to be?
So, well, it came from a market north of Toronto, the Alliston area. Alliston used to be a tobacco growing area. And the 80s was tough times for a lot of things. A lot of things were changing. So the potato chip companies, Hostess, came to Alliston and put up a plant for potato chips, and tobacco farmers were diversifying into potato farms. And one of our first customers was Ronnie Bozart, came to us for center pivots. He was basically doing well because he sold part of his farms to the Honda company, and Honda bought other local land too, the Mackenzies and Dorsey's and whatnot, and rather than using hard hose reels, which they were already had in the market up there, the acres got so much bigger with the potatoes, they were looking for center pivots. There was another company up there selling center pivots, so we don't want them to have all the business. So we investigated through travel and irrigation shows. We found the Lindsay company wasn't getting represented up here. I think it's 1986 we started with Lindsay, and we should be servicing at least 200 to 250 pivots up there, even though they don't take a lot of servicing. They're up there existing, but with them changing nozzles every 10, 20 years, they're good with it. So that's how we diversified into another market. And you mentioned Ottawa. We have many pivots up in the Ottawa region too. The DeLorme family is a very good customer of ours, just outside of Ottawa. Steve Pauly did all this. It was all through those years that Steve would spend countless days, weeks, and months up there working in the area.
What types of things was he doing? He was selling them.
Steve was selling them, but a lot of times he'd be on site while we were erecting them too. You've put some up. Scott Sowden, Ken, Uncle Ken, Uncle Fred. A lot of them would spend weeks up there putting these things together.
That's another good memory of mine too, from those days of building center pivots. It was hard work when the sun was up.
Yeah.
You were working, building them. It was sun up to sundown kind of work, and I mean, we had fun at night, of course.
Usually the last day when they clean up and they would burn all the wooden boxes and cardboard boxes in a pile, and there was always a traditional case of beer sitting there watch the boxes burn.
Yeah, it was really rewarding. I remember always seeing, like when you were done, to see the water, see the water turn on. Yeah. Right? This is what we've been working on for this past week, building this big piece of equipment that it's now working the way that you dreamed it, right?
Yeah.